Hello, hello, happy Thursday. How are you guys today? How is my beautiful people of the First Time Homebuyers Club? I hope you guys are doing amazing. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm really happy answering any of the questions that you have these days. So please send me your messages, direct message me, and we can answer your questions. So today I am coming live because I wanted to share with you something that is really important. Obviously we are all here because we want to purchase a property, right? But once you have purchased the property, you have to register this property. And when you buy the property on your own, obviously there's no problems. But if you're buying the property with a partner, with a friend, with a family member, then you need to learn this, what I'm going to share today. So please, let me know if you're watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll start. I'll share slides so we can review this very quickly. Okay, so as I was mentioning, so when you buy a property on your own, there's no problem. You are going to own the full property yourself. But if you buy the property with someone else, then you should really learn these two descriptions of how you will own the property. So the first one, you could own the property as joint tenants. This will happen most of the time, and this is the case scenario that you can see on the blue on the slide on the screen. So if you are going to buy the property with your partner, with your husband, with your wife, right? Usually people will decide, in these situations, people will decide to buy the property as joint tenants. Why? This means that in the event, for example, that somebody passes away, so one, like the husband passes away or the wife passes away, the other person will still own the property, the house, the condo, will have 100% of the ownership on their own. You won't have to go to probate. So let's say I buy the property with my husband and my husband passes away. So if he passes away, the full ownership of the property will transfer to myself without having to do any paperwork. Okay, so let me know if this was clear, and if not, I can clarify for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the comments. I can't see your name because if you don't click on disclose my name through StreamYard, if you don't give permission to StreamYard, I cannot see your name, but thank you so much for your comments. Now, so that is joint tenants, what we just discovered, with what we just discussed. So the other option is to register the property as tenants in common. What does tenants in common mean? This could be that you are buying the property maybe with a friend. It is common now these days that friends are joining forces to buy properties because the properties have increased in price, right? Or maybe you're buying property with your sister or your brother, or I don't know, maybe your partner as well. But each of you have put their 50% of the share of the down payment, right? But for example, I'm going to give you an example so it's easier to understand. Let's say I buy the property with my sister. Okay. Now my sister is married, and obviously, if she passes away, she would want her husband to own her piece of the property that we have bought together. She wouldn't want to pass her half of the property to myself once she passed away, right? So then, in this case, we would have to register as tenants in common. We would be tenants in common, and each of us will own 50% of the property or the house or the condo. Now, let me tell you something else. In this case, you also can decide what percentage of the property you will own. For example, maybe my sister plays 80% of the down payment, so she wants to own 80% of the house, and I put 20%, so I will own 20% of the house. So it is registered that way. So if something happens to me, for example, if I passed away, then my 20% of the property will go to the person that I assign it to, my partner, my mother, my sister, somebody like whoever I wanted, right? So this is very important because, for example, I have a good case scenario, which goes along with the sister scenario. So I have two clients that are sisters, and they both bought a property together, but they actually have their own families and their kids. So in their case, it would be best for them to register this property as tenants in common because they would want their own family to take their ownership once they're not here. So let me know on the comments or like this video if you really like the content, right? Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if this information was clear, and if you have any other questions that you would like me to review with you here in the First Time Homebuyers Club. So I'll look forward to talk to you soon. Take care. Have a great Thursday. Bye.